Good morning, everybody. Here we are for Matchday 14. Let's head on in. All right. So I'm just going to jump right in today. Maybe we'll do some defense recaps down the road. I'm having a hard time. Like when I watched the videos that included those, I wasn't necessarily enjoying it that much. So instead, we're just going to hop right into the game. So, question 1. What man since January 2012 and from September 2002 to January... Hey, buddy. I'm recording a video right now. So, yeah. I will give you a snack and a drink and a movie when I'm done recording, okay? It'll just be a few minutes. I don't know. We'll see what you want to watch, okay? But right now I'm taking a video of myself playing LearnedLeague. People like to watch me doing trivia questions. Some people do. I'm told. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. What man since January 2012 and from September 2002 to January 2010 serves as host of the ABC Sunday morning political affairs news program This Week? All right. This week, it's on Opposite Meet the Press, I think, and it's This Week with George Stephanopoulos.
What's this? LEARNEDLeague.
That spells Learned League up there at the top. All right. Question 2. All I need are some tasty waves, a cool buzz, and I'm fine. This quote, uttered by a future Oscar winner over 20 years later. Oh, like he won an Oscar over 20 years later? Okay, that's a very strange phrasing.
I have to tell you first. What kind of flag is that?
That is my flag for Learned League. Is among the many memorable lines from what film? Well, okay, so we need a future Oscar winner who played a surfer dude in a movie that was probably from the 80s or 90s. So like Point Break's got surfers in it. It's not Keanu. Bill and Ted aren't surfers. That'd be more Keanu anyway. Oh yeah, maybe it's okay, yeah, I think this is right. I think what we have here is Sean Penn. What film? Film is Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Sean Penn played Jeff Spicoli in that, who was a surfer dude, and definitely like I think that movie came out in 84, 83, something like that. Sean Penn won an Oscar for, well, I know he was nominated for a bunch of things around this time. It might have been like Mystic River might have been his first Oscar win. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, I think that's definitely right. All right. Question 3. The symbol in this image is used in mathematics to represent a specific set of numbers. What is the sum of the first 3 numbers in the set referenced by this symbol? Okay, this is going to be one of these. Yeah. So these are the... All right, there's like the... The N and the O, I think, represent. It's kind of some math stuff. Do you need to go to the bathroom? Do you need to go potty, buddy? Okay, go ahead. All right. I'm sorry, everybody. Miles is helping me with my video this morning, but he definitely needed to. Was definitely dancing around. Okay, so I am not aggressively familiar with this number set notation stuff. So this is n naught or n zero, which my assumption is these are like integers. I guess. Well, it's not integers. There's no such thing as the first three integers because those go negative infinitely and positive infinitely. So there's really only two options for this kind of thing. Like I don't think it's something special like the Fibonacci sequence. So that means that I'm pretty sure we need to decide whether this is numbers starting with 1 or numbers starting with 0. And, like counting numbers starting with 1 or 0. And okay. My initial reaction would be that since this is n, since there's a 0 in it, like in the notation itself, it might start with 0. So it would be 0, 1, 2. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's the best I have to go on. I don't know if like N1 starts at 1 or if N1's a totally different thing. And you know, like that's the problem. I'm not sure how this notation works because I know like people who have done different kind of set theory have like, you know, Aleph null and Aleph 1 and, you know, all these things that refer to different kinds of numbers. But I don't know. I've never seen it with the N before. Not myself anyway. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's 0, 1, and 2. And so the sum would be 3. It is very possible that the answer to that is 6. Very possible. All right. Question 4. Some blame for the 2007 to 10 global financial crisis has been levied at what are known as the Big Three credit agencies, which hold a total of over 90% of global market share for assignment of credit ratings for businesses and governments. Name any two of the three agencies. All right. So well, all right. The people who rate my credit are like TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, right? If you get a credit report from one of those credit reporting sites, that's who you see. But I don't think this is right for that. So I know that when our credit rating, like the United States' credit rating got downgraded, the agency doing that downgrade was Standard & Poor's or S&P. The problem is that I don't know. Oh, maybe I don't know. Who else is in this group? I know, like, okay, so S&P does a lot of different things in terms of business informatics. So they sell a lot of things. Obviously, they run the S&P 500. They also sell company reports and, you know, things like that. This is the stuff I know from my work as a librarian. And I think maybe one of the main competitors in that realm, like in terms of rating groups, is Moody's. Which is a weird, like the history of the Moody's name is really weird because Moody's, I think Moody's used to be called Mergent and then sold its name to a competitor company and now they're called Moody's. But I know the more that I think about it, I think Moody's does credit ratings for businesses and governments too. Like I think so that's good. I have literally no clue who might be third on that list. All right. Identify the man singing in this clip. Y'all aren't going to be able to hear it. Maybe you will from my mic. Okay. Let's turn out the lights. The party's over with some cheering in the background. I will be done in just a minute, buddy. No frills answer here, really. The person, this is from Monday Night Football back in the day, and the person who co-hosted the Southern person who co-hosted that, or maybe he's Texan, with Howard Cosell is Don Meredith, and he used to sing. I know that fact. All right. And 6, what is the title of the song being sung in this photo, which also describes what the character is doing at the moment? Okay, well, that is Idina Menzel in Wicked, and what she is doing there is defying gravity. We can give a little shout out to Matt Jackson here by saying boom. So she is defying gravity. All right. That's certainly getting a 1. I think that's an extremely well-known song from that musical, and it's certainly clued enough that I think people will get that. Don Meredith, I think, is going to be generally hard for people who don't know sports really well, and even if they do, I think it might still challenge them because it's a little bit of an older pop culture thing that some people would never have experienced. I just happen to know that fact about Don Meredith. I never put less than a 1 on math questions, ever. The only question I have is whether this merits a 2 or a 1. I think the 3 is going to S&P and Moody's. I think because a lot of people won't even have a clue what that second one is. I don't think. Yeah. Okay, so then we're down to, I think Stephanopoulos can get the 0. I think Fast Times or the Numbers situation is getting the 2. It's a little bit of a tricky movie question. Like it's not just really easy, but it is a thing where I think a lot of people know Sean Penn played that Spicoli character. Like even if they haven't seen the movie, like I haven't seen the movie, but I still know that. And the number thing, like I don't know, are people going to crunch it down to the idea that they kind of know there's only 2 options, like, and then just pick one, and then it's going to be closer to like 50-50 or maybe 45-55, that pick 0, 1, and 2. But again, I don't even know if I'm right. The fact that I don't even know if I'm right there makes me want to put the 2 on that. I think people are going to have enough information to answer Fast Times correctly. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and check the box. And so the ones I have doubt on at this point, I want to see if Moody's is right. I'm 100% sure on Meredith defying gravity. I really don't know if 3, but I want to see if Moody's is right. I want to see if 3 is right. So I'm going to go ahead and submit. Okay, it was George Stephanopoulos. It was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It is the number 3 Fitch Group. I've literally never heard of Fitch Group, but we do have Moody's and Standard & Poor's. That's good news. Meredith and Defying Gravity. Sweet. All right. Well, we got 6 today. Thanks for coming and playing with us. And thanks for meeting Miles. Hey, Miles, can you say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye, everybody.